Good morning, this is Wayne Bilal with another Smart Profit Maximizing Moment. Today we're going to talk about building the business of your dreams. When I originally wrote this article, it was building the business you want before you start. But truth is, there's no better time to start than now. It would have been better before you started your business, but a lot of us don't really have the tools or the knowledge or understand the problems we're going to run into. So we're always having to start over. So let's talk about that. I mean, whether you're in business now or thinking about starting a business, many more people are starting businesses in this country and around the world, truthfully. I read a statistic, something like a quarter of the people have a side job, okay, side gig. One of the things a business owner should do before they open a business is to clarify what they want their business to look like, all right? I did that. It changed. Like I said, my name is Wayne Bilal. The world's changed. The world is changing very fast. Started off as a traditional CPA firm. Now we basically focus on three things. We mainly focus on getting tax returns done correctly without audit risk. Second thing we do is we work on cutting taxpayers, doing tax planning. In the last 3 years alone, we've saved our clients over $4.3 million. That's real money that they didn't send to the IRS that they can use for whatever purposes that they want, building a new home, a second home, paying off a mortgage, sending the kids to college, funding their retirement, expanding their business, opening a new business, whatever. And the third thing we do is we help our clients make more money, which is part of what these videos are about. And pay attention for July 8th, we're going to start our first challenge. Anyways, we're talking about when you open the business, you have a different vision. You tend to do like I did. You follow what everybody else was doing before you start focusing on the things that you do right. And we're going to go into how a lot of why we're doing what we're doing comes about through a process that I'm going to outline right here. It's going to be fast, but you could spend quite a bit of time going over this because like I said, one of the first things a business owner should do even before they open their business, but if you've already opened now, is to clarify what they want their business to look like. If you decided to build a house, you wouldn't just start constructing. You'd, hire an architect, get a blueprint, put in your ideas, let the architect put it together. You'd hire a builder, all right? You'd be involved at every step of the way, choosing what it looks like, especially if you get a customized home, changing the colors, putting the carpeting in, the whole 9 yards, landscaping, everything. But when we start a business, we just open. And we'll figure it out as we go. And that's a large part of the problem. A lot of us still don't have the blueprint, all right? So before you launch your business, or if you've already launched, you need to start now. Here's 5 questions that you should be able to answer. It's really a lot more than 5, but I broke them into 5 areas. What is your long-term vision of the business? You're going to run it a lot differently if your long-term goal is to build a business that you're going to sell in 10 years. You're going to run it a lot different than one that's going to I intend to run it until I can't work anymore, and I'm going to make a nice living from it. All right, and then what happens to it afterwards, I don't care. What are your personal goals? How will opening your business help you reach these goals? Running a business is hard. There's a lot to it. I was talking to somebody yesterday who said it's so hard, and every time they get into something new, it adds more problems, okay? So how does that work with your personal goals? Make sure you understand. Get a business that supports your goals. Don't support your business. I've made that mistake, still do sometimes. Number 3, why do you feel this business is a good business opportunity? Even if you're in business right now, take a look at it and make sure that it's a business that is a good opportunity. Things change as you go. I told you I started my business, I founded the CPA firm back in 1991. Doing personal tax returns and bookkeeping was always the model for CPA firms. And what happened is the computer, all right? TurboTax and things like that took away a large part of the personal tax market. QuickBooks and other programs like that took away almost all the bookkeeping, all right? So you have to change with what changes out there. And it might no longer be a good business model, which is why you have to think about, can you make money in this business? Who will be your customers? What do they want? What do they look like? What motivates them to buy? Why will people buy from you? Or to put it another way, what will you offer them that's so different from the current business what current businesses offer that the customers will switch to. I ask this question a lot. Why, out of all the choices out there, including doing nothing, should they choose you? Should they work for you? You need to be able to answer that one. That one's key. Your answers are will most likely change as the business launches 5 years down the road, 10 years down the road, 15. This is a process that you should be doing pretty much every year. Because like I said, the world changes as you're out there. Take those 5 questions that I listed and do the following. Here's some action tips that I would do. Answer these questions. You should have answers even if you're a startup. What is your long-term vision of the business? I already went through all these. I apologize, I was repeating myself. Those are 5 areas that you need to have a good feel for to make sure that the business you're running matches reality, what the world is willing to pay somebody for. All right, that's reality. I mean, if you're going to have a business, what is it? A business without customers is called a hobby. Okay, so if you're going to be in business, make sure you have a business that people want to pay you for. Make sure the business supports your goals, and make sure that you know where you're going. All right, it's very simple. I've kind of simplified it into 3 areas, but those are not that simple to answer. You need to have a vision outside, and you always have to be looking. That's my goal. How do I get there? Don't fall in love with what worked in the past. Probably isn't going to work in the future, so make sure you're paying attention. Hey, until next time, this is Wayne Blau saying, let's make this our most profitable year ever. Thank you very much.